Shogun Episode 5 features the mention of a Tatarigami, a supernatural being from Japanese mythology. By the time of Shogun Episode 5's ending, a series of tragedies befall the characters of the show. From a climactic earthquake that almost costs Toranaga his life to the upsetting fate of Blackthorn's gardener Wajiro, Broken to the Fist is filled with suitably vital plot points concerning the overall series and Shogun's cast of characters. Another of these plot points surrounds Yabushige, and his continued attempts to act both as Toranaga's trusted samurai and an ally to Ishido. This series of unfortunate events leads the villagers of Ajiro to begin rumors that a Tatarigami is cursing the house of Blackthorn and Fuji. This coincides with the return of Buntaro, the husband of Mariko who was presumed dead in Shogun Episode 3. Buntaro's return leads to revelations about Lady Mariko's family in Shogun Episode 5, with the ensuing arguments, fights, and scuffles between the members of the Blackthorn household further supporting the claims of a Tatarigami cursing the building. The Japanese mythology of Tatarigami explained. The concept of Tatarigami aligns with the other gods, goddesses, and spirits of Japanese mythology. As is the case with other countries across the globe, Japanese mythology includes a great deal of gods, goddesses, spirits, and their supposed supernatural abilities. Tatarigami are included in this mythology, said to be spirits of calamity. These spirits are supposedly capable of dealing death, destruction, and other kinds of havoc upon those who have wronged them. Be it war, fire, famine, or illness, the Tatarigami are said to be some of the most evil spirits in Japanese mythology, due to the horrors they can inflict on their enemies, that have long haunted the country and its citizens. Why the Ajiro villagers think Tatarigami are cursing John Blackthorn's house. Blackthorn's unconventional ways cause the Japanese villagers to suspect dangerous spirits. In the case of Shogun, the villagers of Ajiro begin thinking Tatarigami are cursing the house of John Blackthorn. The reasons for this stem from the unconventional, distinctly un-Japanese ways of Blackthorn himself. These ways of life have caused the house of John Blackthorn to stand out from the others in Ajiro in everyday life. That said, Shogun Episode 5 highlighted how John's cultural differences have caused other problems within his house. These problems only further provided the other villagers with evidence that Tatarigami are sowing chaos in the household, something that could continue in future Shogun episodes. Firstly, John Blackthorn's pheasant in Shogun Episode 5 causes some issues that lead the Ajiro villagers to suspect Tatarigami. The pheasant's inclusion in the episode is seemingly trivial at first, a simple gift from Toranaga to Blackthorn as thanks for the latter training the former's men in naval warfare. However, a misunderstanding concerning language and honor between Blackthorn and the members of his household led to the death of Wajiro, John's gardener. Blackthorn hanging the pheasant to rot, thus maturing it enough to eat, was enough to cause the Ajiro villagers to suspect Tatarigami given the unconventional nature of preparing food this way. With the tragedy of Wajiro's death following, it became even more likely to the villagers that the spirits of calamity were cursing Blackthorn's house. Another thing that furthered their suspicions was the return of Buntaro and the troubles that brewed between Blackthorn, the samurai, and Mariko.